Jack
eye,
Jacks have large eyes and good vision to see small fish and squids in mid-water. Jacks often herd schools of small fish into tight quarters and then slash through them to wound and injure them. They then pick off the fish that stand out from the school because they are wounded or got separated from the protection of the school.
mouth,
The mouth is provided with strong canine teeth for grasping wiggling fish or squid so that they do not escape. Then they are quickly swallowed whole or in pieces. Jacks are designed to dart rapidly through open water to catch their dinner. They do not know how to hide in the rocks and coral like the groupers and bass.
operculum,
The opercular opening allows water that rushes into the mouth to flow out again after supplying oxygen to the gills. Sometimes large jacks will have small fish called remoras living in the gill cavity under this covering tissue. Others will have small shrimp-like crustaceans attached like parasites to the gills. Pectoral fin. The long paired arms or pectoral fins of the jack are used for steering and stopping. Under high speed, they lay in shallow depressions on the sides of the body so they do not slow down the fish.
scales,
Like many rapidly swimming fishes, jacks have small, embedded scales and slimy mucus covering their body to cut down on drag from the water. This makes them as fast as possible. The mucus also fights off germs and keeps the body from losing water to the sea. Pelvic fin. Dorsal fin. The dorsal and anal fins are rigid and vertical. They act like keels on a sailboat and prevent the fish from moving sideways in the water when it is turning rapidly. They are made up of spines and rays that have strong sail-like membranes stretched between them. When the fish needs high speed in one direction, the fins fold down into grooves on the body to keep the fish streamlined. Anal fin. The scutes. A row of sharp, bony scutes guarantees that this fish is a jack. They apparently provide protection for the sides of the posterior body. The rest of the scales are very small and embedded in the skin. Caudal fin. The caudal fin is deeply forked and the posterior part of the body is very slender, the most efficient shape for high-speed swimming. Jacks, tunas, mackerels, wahoos, swordfishes, and other high-speed fishes have a similar arrangement. The heart. The heart of a bony fish is just under the gills. Blood is pumped through the gills to pick up oxygen before going out to the body. After going through the body, the blood, now low in oxygen, returns to the heart to be pumped up through the gills again. The gills are finely divided into many very thin-walled filaments. They look red because they are filled with blood that is getting rid of waste, giving up carbon dioxide, and picking up oxygen. The gills are designed so that the flow of blood on the inside of the thin skin is in the opposite direction of the water flowing on the outside. This counter-current flow makes it easier for substances to be exchanged between the water and blood. The gills are the lungs of the fishes, but they are also used for getting rid of waste products and balancing the salts in the blood. Olfactory bulb. Brain.
spinal cord,
Gill arch.
kidney,
The kidney of marine fish is long and dark-colored. Because seawater has more salt in it than the blood of sea fishes, marine fishes tend to lose water to the ocean. Thus, their kidneys are designed not to use much water to get rid of waste materials. Swim bladder. Most bony fish have an air bladder so they can float in midwater without doing a lot of work. The air bladder has a gland that secretes air into it. Another gland near the rear of the bladder can release the air. It takes hours or days for these glands to change the volume of air. Thus, if a fish is hooked in deep water and pulled up in a few minutes, the air bladder bursts or comes out of the fish's mouth. This is because in deep water, the air is under great pressure. At the surface, there is less pressure, so the bladder expands, usually damaging the fish. Stomach. Predators that eat meat, like jacks, usually have large, well-defined stomachs and short intestines. Meat is mostly digested in the acid conditions of the stomach, and the intestines are used to absorb the nutrients from the meal. Reproductive organ. Intestine. Liver. urine bladder. The jack's skeleton, like those of other bony fishes, is made of three main regions: the skull, backbone, and the fin section, which anchors and supports the fins and tail. Bony fishes have skeletons made of both cartilage and bone. Some bones form first as cartilage and then change into bone as the fish develops. Upper jaw, lower jaw, cranium, opercular bones, spinal column,
ribs,
interneural bones, fin rays. Jack's